Can you believe this, guys? It's already day 4 of our fasting party. We are all fasting together every single day, checking in the comments down below. I've really loved reading all your replies so far in the comments section, seeing everybody doing well, seeing everybody feeling energized. And those of you who aren't doing so well, that's totally fine too. You guys have the support here. So I'm so happy for those of you, even if you fell off the wagon, you come right back on. If you're doing a little refeed on day 3, coming right back on after, you got this. You guys are doing amazing. I'm so proud of you for making it this far. Can you believe it? We're already on day 4. It's incredible. If you're new to our channel, then welcome. You guys are part of the community now. If you want to start fasting and you're a little bit late on the challenge, that's totally fine. Everybody's welcome. So click down below, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you get the notifications every day. And then make sure you send me an email at fastforwardtohealth@gmail.com and tell me, hey, I want the calendar. I want to be part of your fasting challenge. And then you could jump right in and keep watching the videos from here. So you got this, join, whoever's already doing it, day 4 is here. Now, for anyone who's decided to continue on to phase 2, this is phase 2 right now. As a lot of you guys know, I like to break down my fast into certain phases so we're not overwhelming our minds with a really difficult goal and feeling overwhelmed that, oh my God, it's 21 days, I'm never gonna get there. So I like to break it down into certain phases. So phase 1 was day 1 to 3. That's why at day 3 yesterday, we had that checkpoint. So whoever wanted to break their fast was welcome to do that. And then whoever wanted to move on to phase 2, which we're in now, it's day 4 and 5. So phase 2 is super easy. There's only 2 days in phase 2. So when we get to the 5-day checkpoint, we're gonna do another evaluation and analyze how we're feeling. And then whoever wants to continue on to phase 3 is gonna let me know. So then phase 3 is gonna be day 5 to 7. Phase 4 is gonna be days 7 to 10. So that one's a little bit longer, but it's gonna fly by on autopilot. It's gonna coast right through it. So that's gonna be easy. And then phase 5, for the ones that are going up till 14, is gonna be days 10 until day 14. So that one's a little bit longer, but at that point, again, you're gonna be in autopilot mode. It's gonna go really well. Your hunger's already gone, so it's just a matter of keeping the momentum up. And then there's gonna be also a phase 6 for anyone who wants to continue from day 14 to day 21. So that's a big hop right there. And that one's gonna be super easy and fly by as well. So if you guys wanna continue on in the phases, that's when we're gonna be doing the checkpoints. So day 3, day 5, day 7, day 10, day 14, day 21, and then we're gonna keep going. Personally, as I keep telling you guys, I'm gonna go until day 14 because I have that business trip and I have to take clients out. But aside from that, you guys are welcome in fasting as long as you feel comfortable. So if you wanna stop, you're welcome to stop. No shame in stopping. Every fast is a fantastic fast. So now that you guys know how we're gonna break down those phases, now we're on phase 2. So whoever's continuing with us, we're on phase 2. If anyone wants to continue watching the videos and being part of the challenge, but you wanna do your refeed, that's totally fine. Do your OMAD and keep watching and keep checking in saying that you're doing OMAD. Everything is possible. Just do whatever you feel comfortable with. There's no hard rule about anything. Even in the comments, if you guys are telling me certain things, you get to decide what you want to do with your body. So if that's what you want to do, if you want to do a little refeed, want to take a little break, that's fine. That's up to you. But for those of you who want to keep plowing through and getting to that day 14 or more and going through hardcore, doing your water fasting with your electrolytes, then follow me. I'll pave that way for you guys. The topic that I really want to talk about today is loving yourself and giving yourself permission to achieve the results that you want once and for all. So I know that many of you had these moments, and I've had those moments too, where you feel worthless and you feel ugly and you feel hopeless and you feel like you're gonna be in this fat suit forever. I already made that video about the fat suit. I know sometimes it happens that you let your mind get the best of you and you feel like you're just not worthy of ever living a life where you have a healthy body or ever living a life where you feel attractive. I've felt it before. I know how it feels, guys, because I used to feel like that, and that's why I have this channel to be that lifeline for you guys, as I always talk about. I know how it feels, and it's hard because sometimes you walk around with that big rain cloud on your head and you decide to just wallow in your self-pity and you tell yourself, I'm never gonna get there, I might as well just eat, I'm gonna feel sorry for myself, it's just not something that's gonna happen for me, I'm gonna be overweight forever, I'm stuck, I'm doomed, I'm hopeless, and just try to get yourself away from those thoughts. So if you're having those negative thoughts, if you're having those sad thoughts where you're feeling worthless, you're feeling unattractive, you're feeling ugly, you feel like this is the body that you deserve, deserve and that you don't deserve to be attractive or that you don't deserve health or you don't deserve to ever pull yourself out of this darkness, then you know that it's not true. So what you need to do right now is take a second to just breathe. And it's almost a form of meditation. I just want you to feel soothed. I want you to feel relaxed. So take your deep breaths in and out as you would if you're meditating, and just tell yourself, I am capable. I am beautiful. I am giving myself permission to finally achieve health and to finally achieve the body of my dreams. Tell yourself that. Say, I am giving myself permission to achieve the body that I dreamt of my whole life. Tell yourself, I don't want to live my entire life never knowing what my body was capable of achieving. It's true. You don't want to go through your whole life without ever giving yourself a chance, without ever giving yourself permission to achieve the results. It's really important. You're not worthless. You're not ugly. You're not unattractive. You might have days where you feel down, or you might have days where you don't feel attractive, or you might have days where you just feel like this big, fat, lazy slob, but that's not the case. It's not a constant. I'm sure you have days where you feel over the moon and you're energized and you feel great. So make sure that you're trying to take over your thoughts and realize that you are a strong human being and you are passionate and you are capable of achieving the things that you want to achieve. You just need to release yourself and detox your mind from these negative thoughts. That's why I always talk about body positivity, because my interpretation of body positivity and my definition of body positivity is loving yourself at every size, but also taking the steps necessary to achieve that health. So again, it's not all about the weight. Remember, weight is one thing. Weight might be a physical appearance, and weight might be related to your health if you're obese or overweight, and that's something that's going to cause you medical problems down the line. But remember, that's not all there is. You need to actually control your thoughts in allowing yourself to love yourself again. As you guys know, the first step to anything, the first step to making people around you love you is to love yourself first. I know a lot of you are struggling with your self-esteem, and I know a lot of you are self-conscious. So this is the journey to tell yourself every single day in the mirror that you are worthy and you are attractive and you are beautiful no matter what, because you have a soul and you need to nurture that soul and tell yourself that you love her or you love him. Self-love is so important on this journey. Loving yourself every day and constantly telling yourself in the mirror, I think you're beautiful. I think you're passionate. I think you're capable. You're a beautiful person. You have a beautiful soul, because your soul deep down is sad. So if your soul is sad, you need to nurture it to make it come back to health again. It's not only your body that you need to nurture, it's your soul. You need to nurture your soul back to health. And you need to nurture your mind back to health, because it's not healthy to have all those negative thoughts about yourself and bash yourself constantly in the mirror. So what, you have a little bit of cellulite? Who even cares about that? So what if you have a couple stretch marks? Who even cares about that? So what if you have a couple extra rolls on your body? Who cares about that? You need to realize that you are beautiful, and all those people who are supposed to be flawless are not actually flawless, because the images that we're being fed every day on social media are photoshopped images. They're images that are completely doctored of people who don't even exist. Even the most beautiful models, they're not going to go on a cover photo of CoverGirl magazine or Vogue magazine without being photoshopped and retouched. And those are supposed to be the most beautiful people in the world that are on the cover of magazines because they're models. And even they're being retouched. So love your flaws, embrace your flaws, love yourself, and tell yourself every single day and nurture yourself back to health. You can't live your life always having these toxic thoughts in your head. You need to make a conscious effort, just like we make a conscious effort in everything else that we're working on in life. So you need to make a conscious effort to change your thoughts and reprogram the way you think. So stop bashing yourself. Stop telling yourself you're ugly. Stop telling yourself you're not worthy. Stop wallowing in your self-pity, because you're capable of doing this. And you just need to forgive yourself for getting to where you are today. If you've gained some weight, or if you've lost control of your health, or if you've lost control of your eating, if you've developed a negative relationship with food, just forgive yourself and heal from within. Because if we heal from within, that's when we can start to rise and really start to see progress, because it's a mental journey, as I told you before. So stop feeling worthless, stop feeling sorry for yourself, because you're capable of doing this, and you just need to heal your soul and heal your mind. So work on that Every single day, like I tell you guys, look in the mirror and tell yourself, I am beautiful, I am worthy, I can do this, I am capable. And remember, instead of watching everybody's success stories, why don't you create a success story of your own that people are going to be inspired by? During the first 3 days of this fast, it was very physical. We were dealing with a lot of the physical symptoms of the fast. So we were detoxing our actual gut and detoxing our bodies and cleansing ourselves from all the bad foods that we've been eating. But now in phase 2, since day 4 and 5 are a lot easier, since you've kind of gotten used to that self-discipline, you've gotten used to saying no, you've gotten used to telling your naughty little mind and your naughty little stomach that it's not the boss, and you've gotten used to taking control and telling your mind and telling your body to listen to you and to feel the hunger signals and realize that a lot of the hunger that you're experiencing, if it's not thirst, it's just mental cravings and mental hunger. And now that you know that, you can move forward to the next phase. And the next phase, since we've already cleansed and detoxed our bodies for the past 3 days, and the next step in phase 2 on days 4 and 5 is to really take that time to cleanse and heal your thoughts and get rid of all the negative energy that you're sending to yourself all the time. Send positive energy into the universe, because you know the law of attraction. I know some people think that's mumbo jumbo, but take that time to tap into the spiritual side of this fast. And I never was the most spiritual person to begin with. I used to think a little bit was mumbo jumbo, but you need to start realizing that the laws of attraction are real. If you're sending good, positive energy into the universe, you're gonna get positive energy back. So say good things about yourself, project that positive energy into the world, project that positive energy onto other people. When you have interactions during the day, send them light, send them love, no matter what happens, no matter what harm they do to you, and no matter what, just forgive people. That's a part of the process too, because I know people are emotional eating because they encounter situations of stress, and oftentimes situations of stress happen because of social events that happen. So maybe something happened, you got in a fight with your friend, you got in a fight with your spouse, something happened at work, but send that positive energy to people, because as you guys know, most of the time when you get into an argument with people, people are actually projecting their negative impression of themselves and their insecurities onto you. So if you're someone that used to have so many insecurities and you're lashing out at the world, then forgive yourself for that. And now try to start collecting that positive energy and giving positive energy back into the universe. You need to forgive yourself. Like I said, day 1, 2, and 3, we were cleansing our body, we were cleansing our gut, we were cleansing everything. And day 4 and 5, we're cleansing our thoughts. So if you need to take some time, do the journaling on waterfastingforum.com. Use that journal to cleanse your thoughts and tell yourself, hey, I'm beautiful. I love myself. I shouldn't have been neglecting myself for so long. I want to be healthy. I can do this. I am allowing myself and giving myself permission to achieve the body that I desire and to achieve the health that I've always wanted. Just because I failed 400 times doesn't mean that this is the same. This is a different journey. We're starting a new leaf this time. We're starting a new chapter in our book. So let's take the time to cleanse ourselves from those negative thoughts that we've been telling ourselves forever, and forgive ourselves for having stretch marks, forgive ourselves for having cellulite, forgive ourselves for neglecting our health for such a long time. Just forgive yourself. And when you forgive yourself, you make room to turn a new leaf and turn a new chapter and start over. So if you failed many times before and you've almost programmed it in your mind that you're just not capable and this is not something you can achieve, then you know now that that's not the truth. You know now that you have the power to take the reins and make a difference in your own life. You know that you have that power because everything is in your control. There's some outside factors that you can't control, but the food that goes into your mouth and the relationship with food that you have is completely under your control. There could be negative events here and there, or temptations like a Halloween party with a bunch of candy that are tempting you and that are making you feel like you don't have control. But then you just have to step back and realize that you are capable of making the decisions and taking the time to realize that you actually are in control. There's some things that you just can't control. Like you can't control the fact that there's gonna be Halloween parties this week and that maybe there's gonna be food and candies all over the place. But what you can control is your response to that situation. So you are the only one that's capable of saying, listen, I know there's gonna be candy and I've already told myself I'm doing this fast, so there's no reason to let that candy or let that Halloween party bother me. You are the one that's capable of making these decisions. And the thing is, you guys are gonna realize when you think about it, how silly it is that you're dwelling over that candy or dwelling over the Halloween party and letting yourself be so upset that you can't have some. How ridiculous does that sound? That's definitely our food addiction talking. That we're allowing ourselves to feel so depressed and so upset that we can't have a little piece of candy. Like, how childish does that sound? You have to be an adult about your health, because your health is gonna be the one that's carrying you throughout your life. You don't want to deal with health problems 10 years down the line that you could have taken care of now, but you neglected it for so long. So now is the time to make that change. So you tell yourself, listen, it's not the first time I'm going to eat candy in my life. I can skip candy this time. It's just Halloween. It's not like I'm going to be deprived forever. I'm just saying no one time. And in the future, when I'm controlled and I control that relationship with food and I change my relationship with food, once I build that mental resilience and I have that self-restraint and that self-discipline, then sure, I can have a piece of candy. When I get to my goal, sure, I can have a piece of candy. But right now, you have to realize whatever holidays are going to be thrown at you, there's tons of holidays. These are just excuses again. Halloween is an excuse. Thanksgiving is an excuse. Christmas is an excuse. New Year's Eve is an excuse. Valentine's Day is an excuse. Spring break is going to be an excuse, if you guys even have spring break or anything. There's always going to be a holiday there, and there's always going to be an excuse. So take that time to realize that whatever kind of family gatherings or parties that you have, you can just go there, enjoy the party, and just drink some water. Some people are telling me like, oh, it's so embarrassing. I have to go to this event and drink water. People are going to be asking questions. But who decided that you can't go to the party and just not eat cake? There are some people that just don't eat sugar, or there's some people that are not hungry. You have to allow yourself to be that person at the parties that say no. No, thank you, I don't want any cake. No, thank you, I don't want any candy. No, thank you, I'm not participating in any Halloween candy this year because I'm watching my health. There's a lot of people who do that. So be one of those people that identify as a, hey, no, I'm doing this for my health. No, thank you, I'm not interested in eating any junk food or any candy today. Be that person. There's nothing wrong with that person. That person is a person who is conscious of their health. So realize that, because that's an important step. Don't be that person who's embarrassed because they're the only one who's not eating. People are going to love you. People are actually going to look up to you, and they're going to feel shitty about themselves because they're going to realize, wow, that person has so much self-discipline. I wish I was more like that person. And the reason that that's happening is that you're allowing yourself to become that person, the person who says no, the person who says no to temptations when it's right in front of you. That's how you start developing self-control. And that's how you develop self-control in every aspect of your life. Instead of being that impulsive person who just eats food without even thinking and mindlessly snacking as soon as there's food in front of you, even if you're not hungry, just because there's food in front of you, instead of being that person, now you're turning into the person who looks at the food, takes a step back, asks yourself some questions about whether you really want to eat it, and then makes a decision about, hey, I'm going to eat it, or hey, I'm not going to eat it. So now we're fasting and you're in phase 2 with me. So that means that we're not having any Halloween candy this weekend, and we're gonna plow through this without giving into that temptation. And that's gonna be a step stronger to build that mental resilience and really help you control and improve that relationship that you have with food. So remember that. Step 1, forgive yourself. Step 2, love yourself. Step 3, evaluate the situation and give yourself permission to achieve the healthy body that you want. Step back and tell yourself no. Be that person who says no at parties. Be that person who has the self-discipline, because everybody aspires to be that person. So it's not embarrassing. People are just gonna look at you and be like, wow, I really wish I had that self-control. And then you could tell them you can do it. You just need to put your mind to it and focus on your why and why you even started this journey to begin with. So remember that. This was my little pep talk for the day. Remember how you have to do this today. Love yourself. Tell yourself you're beautiful. Tell yourself you're worthy. And forgive yourself for all the past neglect that you've put on your body. Forgive yourself for all the negative thoughts that you've plowed into your body and told yourself these shameful things that you shouldn't be telling yourself. I know this was a little bit repetitive, but today's video is really about detoxing your mind and detoxing those negative thoughts and ridding yourself of all that toxicity that you have in your head about all the negative things you tell yourself on a constant basis. So stop doing that. And right now, again, I'm gonna tell you guys this every day. Go in the mirror and do your daily positive affirmation and put it in the link down below, because the more you write it everywhere, the more you say it out loud, the more you visualize what you're going to look like when you achieve a healthy body, that's what's going to help your success. And it's not crazy. And the laws of attraction might sound crazy for you, but it's really the truth. Whatever you put into the universe, you get back. So do this exercise today. Tell yourself you love yourself again every single day, and that you love your body at every step of the way. Even if you have a little bit of fat here and there, you gotta cuddle your little rolls. It doesn't matter. Love your arms. Your arms, it's being eaten right now. So rub your little belly, rub your little rolls, and tell your rolls, you know what? I love you, rolls. You're there for a reason. You kept me insulated throughout the winter, and now it's time to part ways with you. And now it's time to forgive you for coming on and packing on the pounds on my body. And now it's time to part ways as friends and forgive your body and get the body that you dream of. And you are capable of this. You just need to get over that mental barrier where you're not giving yourself permission to achieve those results, because you're telling yourself that you're just a person who's always going to be big boned and always going to be overweight. And that's not who you are. You need to change the way that you define yourself. You need to change the actual core identity of who you believe you are. So don't tell yourself you're big boned anymore. That's not a thing. Don't tell yourself you're curvy anymore. That's not a thing. Don't tell yourself you're overweight anymore. That's not a thing. Don't tell yourself you're obese and doomed forever anymore. That's not a thing. Tell yourself that you're this beautiful person, this beautiful butterfly who just happens to be wearing a fat suit around them. And you just need to take that little hammer and chisel your body right out of that fat suit that you're wearing, because that's how you're going to get out of it. You know it's in there somewhere, and you know it's possible of getting there. Don't blame everything on genetics, because genetics is not the thing that's causing you this body. Genetics is not the one making you overweight. It might contribute a little bit to it, but at the end of the day, you were born with a certain skeleton, and all the pounds that you pack around that skeleton, that's not due to your genetics. That's due to the overconsumption of food. And obviously some people have some medical conditions, so they're kind of exempt from this, because some case-by-case situations have these extenuating circumstances where actually it's causing you to gain weight. But don't let that be an excuse for you, because everyone has the same skeleton underneath. It could be a little bit bigger, it could be a little bit smaller, but you're not big boned. You just have a lot of fat on your body because you ate too much. So let's be honest about that and be honest with ourselves, because the first step to healing is realizing that you're in self-denial, and the first step is making that choice that you can actually get out of this and telling yourself that you can do this. I know that this video was pretty repetitive, guys, and I know I said the same thing over and over and over, but if that's what it takes to hammer this message into your head to make you realize that you're capable and you need to change your identity and change the way you see things and take it into perspective, if that's what it takes, the hammering and the repetition and saying the same thing over and over and over and over until you finally believe it, then I'm glad to have done this, and I'm happy you watched this video. So I hope this made you feel a little bit better. I hope you love yourself a little bit more, and I hope you realize that we're not striving for a perfect body. Get rid of this idea that you need to conform to society's cookie cutter standards of beauty, because you don't. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to strive for that fake Photoshop perception of yourself. You just need to be average. You just need to have an average body weight, which is not overweight, not obese. You don't need to be a supermodel. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to have a healthy weight and a healthy BMI so you can do your day-to-day tasks in a healthy way without getting winded and without feeling shame that you can't fit in the roller coaster seat or without feeling too big in a plane seat. Just realize this. You don't need to be perfect, so stop striving for perfection. Just strive to be a better version of yourself and to get your shape in shape, as Tyra Banks used to say. Get your shape in shape. Do the best that you possibly can to get your body healthy for your height and your weight. Just get that normal body weight that you're supposed to have. Be in that normal BMI. Don't be overweight anymore, and don't be obese anymore. Just be healthy, that's all. You don't need to strive for perfection, and you don't need to look like a supermodel, because that's all fake anyway. So tell yourself you can do it. Forgive yourself for ever neglecting yourself and saying negative things to yourself, and you can do this. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day 4. Again, day 4 is pretty uneventful for me usually. You're just kind of used to it by now, and day 5 is a lot easier, so your hunger is going to start to go away, and you should be feeling good. So comment down below your positive affirmation, and comment down below if you're still on day 4 with us, because you got this, okay? You got this. Trust me. You're doing this for yourself. You're doing this to better your health. So stop doubting yourself and start loving yourself again, okay? I love you guys too. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day 4. Mwah! Happy fasting.